continue to say it. People piloting the affairs of this struggle have plan in place. Because anytime you just pack your loads to embark on a long journey without putting necessary plans and preparations in place, by the time you get to your destination, you become more frustrated. You regret embarking on such journey. It's like you want to migrate from maybe from UK to Nigeria. You have nothing no plan in place. By the time you get to Nigeria, you become more frustrated. You haven't planned for a house where to stay. You haven't planned for a business that will fetch you money. You haven't planned how to be transporting yourselves around. So as regards to our Biafra struggle, as we are moving towards our objective, which is the restoration of Biafra, we still have other plans in place. The necessary steps we need to take before we arrive to that destination, which agriculture, food production is top on the list because of the importance attached to food. Food and life goes hand in hand. Without food, there is no life. No matter how strong you are, even the people that engage in fasting and prayer, the highest you can embark is 40 days, 40 nights. If anybody can even do that at all. Otherwise, the grave will be waiting for you, because your body needs sustenance. And the sustenance comes via what you use to re-energize yourself, which is food, what goes through the mouth. Be it in the terms of water, be it in the terms of food. So food is a necessity. It helps life. And that is one of the areas IPOB has channeled to make sure that when we get to our destination, we are not going to live food dependence. You cannot have your territorial independence and still remain food dependent. It makes no sense. Then the territory you have secured is not actually secured, because you are still relying on the marauders that will come in or that will shift food to you. So your life is still not secured. Life is completed when the necessary things life is needed is being put in place, which food is top in the list. And that is one of the areas IPOB has channeled to make sure that we have food. Not only having food, having it in abundance. You know, one thing I knew about this Western world, these guys are very good in food preservations. They might not be producing enough, but whatever thing they have, they preserve it. When you go to the shop now, this is April. This is not the time for corn. But go to any shop in the Western world, you will see corn all over the place. How does it happen? Because during the season of corn, they had it in abundance and they were able to preserve it. Because you cannot talk of preservation when food is not in abundance. And that is the call of IPOB. We need to protect today. We need to protect tomorrow. Food abundance. Channeling towards agricultural farming, including animal husbandry. My last broadcast, I talked about Efibo, where our people is at the moment in terms of rearing our Efi, not depending on the Efi of Ndefulani, as a result of what we have seen them done with their efi, and a lot of other food, which we are depending on them. Is it today or yesterday? I saw what one of our colleagues posted about groundnut plantation. You know, groundnut is one of the food we always depend on the nut, or how they produce groundnut. But I saw this our colleague where they use tire motor. Edewe tire motor, wunye ya jetinye fertilizer. Inside it, car planting groundnuts. And the thing grew. And very productive. So these are the areas where that thing, what I saw, is not only you have made maximum use of land, because in a way we come from, our Biafra land, many towns don't have land. But when it comes to diverse ways of engaging in farming with the little land you have, what I saw today on the internet is an example of it. Even in that your corridors at home, iwete tire, dovegasia. Some people will use bag. I think it was in the last season. I saw farmers demonstrating yam plantation via the bag. Agba, eweta agba, abanyesia ya aja with fertilizers. Then by the time the omeji will start to grow, to help the omeji, to be going around the stick. So these are ecological ways of engaging in farming. So it's not only people that have big portion of land that can engage in agriculture. With that your small portion, you can still make maximum use of it. That is the core of IPOB. And remember, this only comes within a limited time, because planting season doesn't last all year round. From April to October, during the rainy season, so that the food will be able to grow. Whatever thing you plant, the seeds will be able to grow. So let's dive in, make maximum use of the time in engaging in this food production this very season. Then, going into what I have for today in this broadcast. Yes, I gave a caption. I said IPOB. Yes, because, we have continued to talk about our issue. What relates to us. What concerns us. What goes around us. What is happening within us. Yesterday, I heard that the people that I have observed on the social media for years, some people will think attack on DOS and IPOB started yesterday. You never. This has lingered on as far as 2 years ago, as I could remember, if not more than that. Because I remember next 2 days, which is 11th, today is 8th. I remember on the 11th of April last year is when one of these guttered media they are using, as you lie. Next 2 days will make it 1 year. I remember he called me. He spent 1 hour, 20 minutes trying to convince me why we should attack DOS leadership and bring them down. Before he called me, I have known he's been engaging in attack against the DOS for a couple of months. That is why, in my calculation, I can say that the attack against the DOS started about 2 years ago. So some of you that are thinking that is an issue of yesterday, it is not. This is an attack that has lingered. This is an attack that has taken all manner of shapes. This is a sponsored attack. I have said it a number of times. Now, the speed, the manner these guys are executing this is not ordinary. They are being engineered. Somebody is pushing this thing. Somebody is behind this thing. These guys are not alone. Because the attack, we are coming from different quarters. I have said it before. 2022, I started seeing Kanu attacking DOS members. Early 2022. I used to screenshot all his posts. And I used to preserve them, keep them somewhere. At times he will come and say, DOS cabals. At times he will call them criminal DOS. At times he will call them HOD criminal. A different thing. He keeps on bringing, attacking with different names, in different manners. 2022, which is 4 years. That is when I could recall as the length of time. I have witnessed Kanu attacking DOS leadership. Then that of this their puppies they are using, I can date theirs as far back as 2 years. So the attack is not a thing of yesterday. It has been there. When I see somebody like Eluchukwu Ohage lying, saying that people started to challenge the DOS when they saw that the DOS are attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that guy is the biggest liar I have ever seen. Eluchukwu Ohage cannot deny that he has not been seen as you the lie since 2 years ago, bashing insults on the DOS, calling them all manners of names. Eluchukwu Ohage cannot deny that he has not been seeing Kanu bashing on the DOS. Even the radio Mkpulu Mmadụ that they open, the whole purpose of opening that video is just a radio of attack. I remember when they used to do their regular whatever programs there. It's all attack against IPOB. There's nothing meaningful going on there. Even up to today, it's all attack against the DOS, against IPOB, against everything that goes on in IPOB. So, the attack on IPOB, the attack on the DOS coming from these people is well sponsored. It's not a thing of yesterday. It's being organized, sponsored, sent to accomplish that task. And recently, we saw the attack on the increase. We saw them imagine with autopilots. Yes. We saw them drafting in autopilot criminals to come and assist. Because the intention was gado build. When you see an angry dog fighting, you can see the tenacity. You can see the energy they put in place in order to make sure that adopt something or that they execute that plan. They fought like mad dogs. When you look at their operations, I can count the number of autopilot criminals they recruited in the recent fight. There is one woman in Ireland. This is a woman, the husband is with us. In fact, the husband has divorced her. Keda had that woman, if you only because of her character, her behavior, the husband could no longer condone her. The husband got rid of her because she is somebody that behaved very, very unruly. The husband got rid of her. This is a woman, I remember how she was mobilizing weapons for autopilot criminals those days. There is one department she was handling then. I think she was supplying weapons or something like that. Until she fell out with Azoka. Then Azoka was their second in command or something like that. She had a problem with Azoka. Azoka kicked her out from Autopilot. And when she was kicked out, she was like a loner. You know, for people that read Bible, there's a place that says when an evil spirit is cast out from a man, that what the evil spirit does is that it hovers around looking for another vessel to jump into. That's exactly that woman, if you're Mbiko. When Autopilot casted her out, actually, and because she knew what she committed against IPOB, she couldn't come close. She was a loner until she now finds out that there are another group again that is now rising against IPOB and the DOS. And what she did is to jump into that group to integrate with them. She became a member of the new Autopilot 2, ably led by the Kanus and their millipedes. She integrated herself. The same thing with the one they call Emeka Livingston. That's another one Autopilot chased away that time. He remains alone until he finds another group that rises against IPOB. He jumped in again to attach themselves with them. Because this group, the Autopilot 2, comprising of the Kanus, comprising of the millipedes they are using in the media, they are nothing but in the Autopilot 2. They've already merged with autopilots, including the one actually in Italy, a mama here. Nkana Jakisiweze, Kada here, Paul Achebe, or Nkewejiro. These are the people that left IPOB. But once they saw a group that rises against DOS or against IPOB, you see them jumping immediately because they have been on the mission to cause problem. They have been on the mission to merge together IPOB. Unfortunately for them, they all march together and still they are not able to stand against IPOB. They have continued in this fight, all manners. And because they have no weapon to fight with, I said it the other time, the only weapon they have is lies, blackmails, propaganda. The people they are criticizing in the GOS, there is nothing they could lay hand on and say this is what this guy is committed. They couldn't lay hand on anything. So the attack on us has lingered on. Some people might say, what of we that are talking about Kanus, about some of these guys? Now, let me tell you, we started talking about, especially the behaviors of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We started talking about it recently when we saw that he is in a verge to bring disunity in Ipob. It was when he introduced Avid that many of us saw it as a very wrong step. We stood, we condemned it, and we are still condemning it. Before you know, he brought in the issue of 100 men. We stood and we condemned it as well, and we continue to condemn it. We talk about the issue of the siblings, how he has allowed the siblings to continue to mess around. We still talk about it. So what you saw IPOB media doing is not that we are engaging in attack. The man in question cannot be attacked. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be attacked. The only thing we have done and we continue to do is we have continued to point out where he is missing it. As people in the media has power, changing power in the society. Had it been the Nigerian media is really working, the corruption among Nigerian politicians would have lessened. The embezzlement by the Nigerian government and the politicians would have come down. Is it not we that call them gutter media? Because of their subjective way of reporting issues. Because of their deceit, their lies. They can't even tell the public, the truth. They have been in the business of misinformation, lies. They feed the public with lies. They deceive the public. They do not disseminate the right, the truthful information to the public. And that's why we call them gutter media. And that's why Nigeria is the way they are. When you come to the Western world, no matter your position in the society, just let it be small lie, obelasi. Let it be the one on the kalik or obelasi that you lied. And this is accessory, even before you get to power. Once a lie you lied 20 years ago is later found out, it has the capacity to chase you away, to take away that your position where you are. And this is why the society is transparent, honest. They eschew evil. The evil they eschew is not because no, but because they live in a fair society. A society that do not condone evil. That is the kind of society we would like to have when Biafra comes. IPOB being a movement that champions the restoration of Biafra, if at this stage we saw people misbehaving despite their position and we are not able to spell it out, we are not able to call them to order, then Imana Biafra will be a joke. It will be a joke. I said it last time. If as IPOB is, and we still have people embezzling IPOB funds, that means when Biafra is restored, Imam Biafra get food up, economy get tipia. Because I allow Gondoshi to take over. I use Nnamdi as an example. What the way Nnamdi manage IPOB fund, if that kind of human being is not exposed, then when Biafra comes, I knew we could get in trouble. If Nnamdi happens to be somebody that can be placed in a position that will manage the finance of Biafran nation, Makachuku Biafra Gitipia, straight away, Biafra will fold up. Nyaga na anuzi na national non to have restore kwa nwanne onya Etipia na onya. Otipia. This is what IPOB media is doing. We are not working towards personality and the interest of any person. We want collective interest. We are working towards the collective interest. What will benefit the struggle in general, and not what will benefit personality. It is far beyond that. This is what IPOB media you see us doing. Because we saw things that are going wrong. We saw things that wants to collapse the movement. We remember the way we put up a fight against Ekberima, because we saw Ekberima coming in to spring forth as another group within us, to issue order with our name. He drew members, our members. We know what he did against the struggle. That is the kind of division nobody that loves this struggle wouldn't like to see happening again. And that is why when we saw a plan to set up another group within this group, then we started to kick heavily, and we have not stopped. We have not stopped until people behind it stop. Yesterday, I was told that now this millipiece that have been attacking IPOB, they have been asked to cease fire. Cease fire. So I said, okay, I'm going to come and ask question about the ceasefire plan. or go US Israel versus Iran. We are hearing about the ceasefire. Because before you talk about ceasefire, it means there has been attack going on, which what I have explained, that we witnessed, we saw, we observed in the last 2 years, in the last 4 years, coming from Kanu to Kanu. Attack against DOS, against IPOB, that has lingered this number of years. Suddenly, we heard that they have been asked to cease their fire. Now, my question is this. Why calling or why asking them to cease fire? Who is behind the fire? Because whoever calling for cease of fire is the same person that called for starting of fire. Whoever that calls for the shot is the very one that is now calling for cease of fire. why ceasefire? Has an agreement been reached? What you are fighting for, has it been met? Have your desire been met? Because before you call for ceasefire, at least that your interest must have been met. Why am I using the word ceasefire? This is the exact word I saw some of them using. When you talk of Biafra struggle and you are using the word ceasefire, you are nothing but an evil soul. For you to bring in fire into a struggle like this that has taken lives, that has taken properties, that people has died for, a lot of sacrifices people has made, that has made hundreds, thousands stuck up in different prisons. You are so evil for introducing fire into IPOB because of personal interest. Before I go into what Elochukwu Ohagi wrote, because Elochukwu Ohagi has given us the name of the person that is calling for ceasefire. But before that, somebody called my attention to their press release. You know, they disbanded the bandit. We disbanded. That is now writing for, that is still writing for them, signing their whatever for them. My attention was called to what he wrote yesterday. And I found out that this call of ceasefire is even contained in that I don't want to call it press release. In that article he wrote. Even that article still pointed, this is the person calling for ceasefire. And this is the person on Motaloko. Because you that initiated fire into IPOB, you have a lot of questions to answer. If at all that people had misunderstanding and they started to do exchange of words, is a different thing. But in all these steps of calling for ceasefire, it shows that there is a deliberate introduction, initiation of fire. Amunyela anyoko, atoba amon fuel, tunyela anyoko ka everywhere. Probably the intention we are not met. Because the intention of they want the fire to destroy. Yes, people have sacrificed in this struggle. They want to bring down the people leading. That is the whole essence of introduction of this fire. Because they use a lot of people, a lot of machineries. There is no rules of his far away made this thing. We saw a lot of things they were bringing out on the social media. In order to see if this fire will bring down the house. But their fire is not enough even to burn a being, those being in a room. Because number one, their fight is a selfish one. Number two, they are fighting with dishonesty. It makes a difference when you fight and fight rightly. Anytime you fight wrongly, the spirit, especially the spirit behind the struggle, is against you. No matter whom you are. No matter whom you are. More than na will rise against you because of your intention is not in the interest of the movement, of the struggle. When I read what Elochukwu had, because last time we heard that they were looking for quotes. Eba gotele a quote, akwala a quote, so that he can look like a spokesperson that will be speaking. I saw what he wrote. That the call for the ceasefire is because the initiator of the fire, onye motara di oko, sino ona agbahala onye. Ona agbahala fa. Ona agbahala DOS. Ona agbahala anye. For what? Why will you forgive us? Can you not forgive you when your needs has not been met? Ihe nazo inwete gie. Why will you forgive? I want to take you to what they wrote in this their so-called press. I don't want to call it press release. In this their so-called article. They posted it yesterday. Signed by the disbanded Ipob. Okay, it says issued IPOB, the public briefing note. Okay, I will not read everything. Okay, it came and says, yesterday they posted this. The IPOB worldwide family has once again demonstrated its unsaliable unity and resilience. Listen now. We have successfully resisted all desperate attempts by our mortal enemies. This is their word. That they have resisted all desperate attempts by our mortal enemies to infiltrate our rank. These guys are very funny. And the file members and even some elements occupying key sensitive positions within the movement. Their goal was to derail us from within and divert our attention from the sacred task of Biafra restoration. This is another shot coming from the person telling you he has forgiven you. Even using the use of forgiveness is a very wrong word. Because you can only forgive when you have been offended. Who offended you? In what way were you offended? Why forgiving? Forgiving for what? Can you not forgive you? Even in the midst of telling people that you are forgiven, this is words and a use line here. You are referring to the members of the DOS. You are calling them infiltrators. According to your word. According to your word, you said, we have successfully resisted all desperate attempts by our mortal enemies to infiltrate our rank and file membership, and even some elements occupying key sensitive positions within the movement. Their goal was to derail us from within and divert our attention from the sacred task of Biafra restoration. This is just nothing but allegation here. Allegation. And the people you are referring to are the people holding the struggle. the people piloting the struggle, the people holding the power, the keys of the struggle. So how do you then say that those people that you have resisted them? How did you resist them? They still hold the keys. They still pilot. They still lead. You can only say that you have resisted them if you successfully push them away, which you have not. Do you understand even the word of infiltration? People occupying position, controlling things, you are calling infiltrators. Do you understand what it means? Do you understand what infiltrator is? They went on to say again, let it be clearly stated, for the avoidance of doubt, the grand plot to divide or infiltrate IPOB, which began in 2016, was carefully hatched by the Nigerian government and its colonial masters. Their intention has always been to weaken the movement from inside. They exploit the temporary absence of our leader to groom opportunist individuals, especially those close to the corridors of power, by appealing to their natural greedy tendencies in a bid to usurp authority. To usurp authority. And they went on to say, these same charlatans succeeded in splintering Masob into factions. I don't know if if this is making sense. What the gibberish they are talking here. That they have the tendencies to usurp authority. The only person that usurps authority is someone without authority. The people you are making these references to are already in authority. They are the authority of IPOB as it is. So you cannot say that they want to usurp authority. Okay, let me go to the next line. Okay, it was mentioning like what happened in Masob. They foolishly believed that they could replicate that treachery against IPOB. They know they will never dare attempt such nonsense. If only Nnamdi Kanu be physically present among us. So what I am seeing here, they are making allegation that some people want to usurp power. Some people want to overthrow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is what the same people calling for ceasefire are talking about here. That some people want to usurp authority. And this has been their allegations and their fears. There is one platform, Aya. This is what they keep on throwing there. That they want to overthrow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They want to overthrow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In this past few days, and this is exactly what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers has been saying. In the last 3-4 days now. Last 3-4 days, this is exactly what the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying. And these thoughts are not far from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The siblings, this is what they are echoing. Their media worms, this is what they are echoing, that they want to overthrow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers, this is exactly what all of them is saying. Let's listen to this very one. I am saying so.
For those of you who feel that it's going to die here so that it will take over the nation of the struggle, you are just dreaming. I told you, when you see our brief of argument and everything, you will give judgment by yourself. So everybody should remain calm. Those of you who are letting go speak.
You heard what he said. This is after going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That those of you thinking that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to die there so that you can take over the power. Listen to it again. Anyway, you guys have heard it.
I am saying, so for those of you who feel that it's going to die here so that it will take over the nation of the struggle, you are not streaming. I told you, when you see our brief of argument and everything, you will give judgment.
Now, why am I saying this? Because this is the allegation Hannah Pahali everywhere. There are people that wants to take over power from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These people you are talking about has been the power, people with power. They have been the power of controlling IPOB. They have been with the power of controlling IPOB since 6 years now. And they have not taken over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's position. Why after 6 years, you are still saying people want to take over power? People want to take over power. 5 years, 6 years is too long for people that wants to take over power to take over power. You that is watching me here, if you are honest with yourself, is there any single thing that we have seen that indicates that any member of DOS wants to take over power from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Have we seen such move in Mazi Chike the same? Have we? Have we seen such move in the deputy Nzurumike? Have we seen such move in Agbanim European rep? Have we seen such move in Mazi Nworu? Have we seen such move in Mazi Ofoma? Have we seen such move in any of the rep? Any of the continental rep? We have not. So, where is all these allegations coming from? And this is the reason na IPOB kokubawa. This is one of the reasons. Ejuwe set up machineries in Agbaloha saga. Na akbali members, na akbali DOS. Na a shaky, na kahabia be shaky with the foundation of IPOB. Which they could not. Because they had the wrong people with them. The fight they are engaging is not even the right one. Because na iha ukwa ihe denana. Ogwo na mmadu na anu n'ụwa ị ga-eji ofo. And the ujofo ganalele. You can just out of blues you start to engage in war against an innocent. And that is why the real IPOB media stood against you. That is why this war, you could not win it. Did you win it? You didn't. And you will never. Because your fight is a selfish one. You are fighting a wrong fight. And Diana is against you in this fight. One moment. Kedu, I need to... Ndiana is against you in this fight. Ndienu is against you. Mamuojo mamuoma is against you. That is why you here Natalia. And you now want to cease fire. I called somebody. I told somebody, say yesterday, look, anything that attracted or brought the real IPOB media warriors together to stand on one side, that thing I drop one kitty. That thing is not ordinary. It's not ordinary. The spirit of Biafra is behind it. Some of you might think we are defending DOS. We are not defending DOS. We are simply standing on the truth. We saw somebody like me, when I assess the situation, where the truth is where I stand. Ademaku ebeziokwu adehe. Ofi heti boom. I stand with the truth. Fighting, you engaged with Oko. Because when you are calling for ceasefire, you initiated the fire. And you want to call the shot. And you want to call it off. On what ground? Why? There are people I do not forgive. I go to church. I'm a Christian. In my Bible, they talked about forgiveness. I believe in forgiveness. Before forgiveness takes place, there will always be confession. Even God himself do not forgive sinners unless you confess your sins. You'll be forgiven. When I deem you an enemy, I can't easily forgive you unless I see changes in you. Unless I see true repentance in you. That you are calling for ceasefire is because the fire you ignited was not able to burn. Even the fire is not able to burn a piece of pepper. That is why you want to call off the fire. Had it been the fire was able to destroy, to scatter as you planned, you wouldn't have called it off. You wouldn't. Somebody na agbazi tika onwere ike ọ na-ayozi referee biko gbozi ogu a gbuo ogu a biko gbuo ogu a. Had it been you guys were able to pull down the people you wanted to pull down, that would have been your heart desire. But it did not come to pass. Because you fought wrongly. You fought selfishly. selfishly. For several years, can people anya now sponsor people, now attack people in IPOB. For several years, it lasted. Turn on the media. I saw everything that happened. After years, the hard desire, we are not accomplished. You now want ceasefire. We have nothing to do with such ceasefire. Because the fire that was sent was the fire that would have burned. It is the fire that would have collapsed. It is the fire that would have destroyed. Had it been, God is not on the watch. Had it been, God is not on the watch. Somebody like China Sanworu, a lot of sponsored allegation on this man. Emekata put pictures. This is a man that has been on the known due to maybe that's the agreement. But in order to jeopardize this man, Ibuhaliwa pictures. That means na if the life of that man is in your hand, you would have broken his life into pieces. That's what it is. Even a Joffo, Barrister Joffo, Emekata, IPOB, finance ihena, onu nezo, onu gubara, madrogodo, onu chena mada amaha, onu mekata, wuputewe cut out invoices in order ke agwa people ne Joffo was paid just to destroy a Joffo. Just suppress him. These are the ways ono gagasere in order to destroy people. To destroy people's reputation. Now this same press here, press they release, I will read further. Because they have even labeled DOS as government workers. One of the press release in Kema disbanded a powerful Delo. I think in March or February, where he wrote that DOS members are working with the Nigerian politicians. If you guys remember, that time they called for sit at home. Is one of the things they put in the press release. Press release that goes outside. They want to tell people that the people piloting the affairs of IPOB now are government agents. This is the how far you guys went. A job for you guys even told people, wrote it in the press release. No government agent. Only one about the government agent. Meanwhile, fine boy had a deal with say Tinubu. That one you cannot call it government agent. Oh, Saint Kanu. Kanu there so yabala in the say. Even the wife of Emmanuel, we saw the picture with one of the, I think, former governor of Abia State. That one is not politician. The same Emmanuel, we saw his picture as well with but same you guys are the ones that will always come out to accuse members of the DOS that they are working with the politicians. But in the real sense, It is you. Oh no. Kunu made a deal with say Tinubu. Oh no. That is why Yana so in our will canal man. If you are using one finger to point at someone, the other four is pointing at you because you are the worst criminal. You are the worst criminal. This is one of the things in your so-called press release that the DOS are working with politicians. How you there in a press release that Nworu and Edoziamo wants to hijack power from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is the same press release Unu released yesterday. And in this same press release is where you guys are calling for ceasefire. Hey! Uno de njo. Uno ajo kawane. Uno jolly ezigbote njo. Uno ajoka. Let me read more. In their press release yesterday, okay, let me go to the last paragraph. This is the word of Ndi Munyeloko. When you call the shot, when the shot could not score, you now want to pull back. But don't pull back. Don't pull back. The same people, the same attacking dogs, they sent forth. This is where they are calling them back. They said, every other topic, discussion, comment, write-up, or social media post that is not directly geared towards Biafra restoration along these three clearly defined lines must be disregarded and treated as the handwork of an enemy of Biafra. Listen, and it says, from 6 p.m. yesterday, being Tuesday, 7th April, 2026, from 6 p.m., any post or comment that deviates from these three focal points shall be discounted outright. So now, the attacking dogs here ascended since 2 years, 4 years. Ghana the order. 6 p.m. yesterday, pull back your trigger. Can we assess what they achieved? Because somebody you gave out gun to that have been shooting for you for years, before you ask him or her to pull back the trigger, I mean to hold back, we need to assess. Kamano unchinone ha batamo. Unchinone kono bata. Because you chose the wrong. You chose the path of dishonesty. That's why they couldn't achieve anything. And what if I batani? Even when Chinasa won't happen on for years, how about you here? Has Chinasa fallen? He hasn't. How about you does it? Why no about zero? Ono dalada. I wanna onesi akpon na those days in the class. I said no give class in easy. Your media worms bulu class in easy. Ha dalada. Enwehe ihe ha pass nata. Ndi bunyele egbe. They could not even shoot down an ant. Come on, ant. They came back empty. And you now want to call off the shot. want to call off the shots. One thing IPOB media never did is engaging in the saga your thoughts came with, because they goes around with saga which we do not entertain, which we do not respond to. We stand on the truth. We expose evil. We eschew evil. I told somebody, when Biafra is restored, if Biafra nation can have Biafra media with the kind of people they have in IPOB media, there will be a transparent society. What I saw in among the IPOB media, their engagement in all this shows that we are capable of having a transparent and honest, a fair society when Biafra comes. We can have a nation that do not condone evil, no matter who is behind. We are able to have a media that can expose any criminal politician. President. Somebody like Omote will be pointing at you. Okija will be shouting at you. This is how to achieve a fair society. And I commend IPOB media for standing up on the path of the truth, for speaking out, despite who is involved, despite the personality. And we have not even started. Anya not one maka ihe mere na account nne ya manage. Nkaha ka ya no well. Nkaha ya o okwa ebe abanye that exposition ọ ga-adị egwu. Mkpu ga na-ada. Mkpu ga-ada. And that is the reality. That's what we go for. The truth and nothing but the truth. Anya na-eme propaganda. We are not like your touts, the touts, now parade here and there. Abiasigi, chin onyenwa, edozemo, onyohi, chinasa, onyohi, onyenwa, onyohi, gosina anyi hozu. Because onye zuru nohi, onye na-akpo, okay, Biafran child, well, let me answer you, even though I haven't finished. 1 second, let me increase the volume. Okay, Biafran child, welcome. Yeah, you can speak on now.
Thank you, Wada. Wada, please, I want you to always concentrate on my on your what I call it, comment section, because most of the time when I'm speaking, people after whenever I speak to comrade platform, after then I have to go and also listen to what I said, because I have to recap, Most of the people are always saying that my voice is not coming out very well, and I always listen to my voice later. It's cracking. I don't know if my voice is coming out sound and clear. Yeah, it is. A Biafran child, because be honest with me. You guys know I haven't been doing this broadcasting. I'm not used to when I am talking, I am reading the comment. I can't do that. I know Omote is good with that. Okija does that, but the thing because I'm new to this thing. Until maybe with time I will be able to start to,
be reading comments and following up as I'm talking. Yeah. So be on with me. Yeah.
No, but I tell you that practice make perfect.
Yeah,
we are not into this before.
Yes.
We did not go to school for this, but we always, we Biafrans, we are very intelligent people. We were educated. We was educated when we were in our mother's womb. That is why we can do this. Let me go on this issue of ceasefire. Because that is the reason why I'm here.
Okay, sir.
In every ceasefire, there must be an agreement.
Yes.
You see, I keep on telling people we have gone beyond Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with his selfish interest. Come out and begin to tell us that everything that he says is going to go. No. I keep on saying this, and some people will come out and begin to call it attack. I know some of our people don't understand how things or organizations are supposed to run. I want to let our Biafrans to know, Biafran people, we are not coming here to gaslight anybody, but we are standing on the truth. You see, some of them may come out and tell me that I'm defending DOS. I am not defending anybody. I keep on saying this to people. I am defending what is obtainable. As a woman, as somebody that is well educated, somebody that has been in organization before, and somebody that have been also know about geopolitics in Europe. I know how things run. You can't just come out and begin to gaslight our people, begin to use the brains of our people, now calling for ceasefire. I want to tell great people of Biafra this. I have, when this thing started, I was calling on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, begging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stop this. Let me tell you what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't understand, which is only to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What he don't understand, he thought that every media are the same. No. In this movement of Ipob, we have medias that can be able to compose themselves. They can be able to educate our people. And we also have the noisemakers. And on issue of this, a family issue, if you try to pack those people that are noisemakers, they are just making noise. They cannot put things in order. And whenever they speak, you will see they always come with abuse. When you are listening to this, the audience will see that these people are charlatans. They are inconsequential. You don't have to listen to them. That is why I was calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because I know the media that we have. I know when we were fighting or we fought BBC International, I know the medias, the people that make it happen. I know. Not everybody. That is why sometimes when you speak, but Mazi Nnamdi Kanu everything
send on a message.
Sorry. Continue, please.
Only you thought that everything is the way it is before. Now, I want great people of Biafra to understand this. For many years, I don't want to be using these words to our people, even though including me. For many years, we are follow freedom fighters. We are boys, oh yeah. Sometimes I keep on saying this. It's good for things to happen for us to know what we are doing, or it's better sometimes for something to happen so that you will know your stand. Ada, let me tell you something. Do you know that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not kidnapped, we are still going to be blind up to date? Because sometimes I keep on asking, when the leadership will summon that courage to speak, remember that they have already recruited us, that whosoever that goes, we should pursue the person. So this thing keep on ringing in my mind that when this leadership will summon that courage and say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this thing that you are doing is not right, they have been condoling this for years. This is the reason why they give also Ushemefo wrong. I'm not saying that what Ushemefo did is right. You understand? But if they're supposed to give Ushemefo an open door to explain, to ask more questions. Because the reason why Ushemefo also has a problem is like, everything was on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's the one that doing everything. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come on social media, begin to tell us, he told us many times, that whenever issue comes, he has to go to upper chamber. He will sit with the DOS, then we discuss issue before he will bring it out. Let me tell the great people of Biafra, the real truth, all those things was fallacy. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu devised everything by himself. But when this issue started, I was calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, pleading to him because I know the media that is already with the DOS. When we are talking about DOS, we are not talking about Mazi Shike, Doziem. Our people should understand this. I am not talking about Mazi Shinasawuru or Mazi Ofoma or whoever, Mazi Abanim. No. We are talking about institution. We, the real IPOBs, the real media, they understand what is going on. So, what I want to say on this ceasefire, before any ceasefire, there must be agreement. And the head of the Directorate of State have to communicate with the media. This is not a time that Mazi Shinasaworo will come or Mazi Ofoma will come and say, let us ceasefire. Without any agreement to us, there is nothing like ceasefire.
There will be agreements. I support you. I support you, Mazi Okenna. Because ndị si anya hope na n'ihe anyị na-ekwu now. Happen anyị no a ga-enwe agreement. Anyị no unu ga-eme agree to get to this.
I remembered during you know, like I said, most of us understand what is going on. Let me tell you something, Ada. You see all these things that is going on today, that people are asking questions direct to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and people will turn it around and call it attack. Let me tell you something, Ada. To me, I never planned in my life to come out on social media to ask Mazi Nnamdi Kanu question. But I have every of my questions waiting for him. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't understand that. He don't. He thought that sometimes, sometimes you know that I will be saying that, could I start crying or what? That I am just following things that I don't even understand the root, the beginning and the end. But what I'm trying to tell the leadership, led by Mazi Shike, any ceasefire, I don't want anybody to call me to ceasefire. Any ceasefire, there must be agreement. All this thing that is happening did not start today. People like us knew about all this thing, but we're keeping quiet. We wanted to lay low. But our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, don't want to accept. He thought that everything is the way he said it. And you must just imagine that our leader will come and tell us that I have forgiven this person. I have forgotten that we are in organization. But you are telling us that you are forgiven. So are you telling us that anybody can do anything and tomorrow you come and tell us that you are forgiving the person? Regardless of the crime the person has committed.
That is not very funny.
Yeah, these people are funny. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is selfish and funny. I'm telling you people this. They will turn around and call it an attack. But I'm telling them that even though the travel that I traveled home in Biafra land, I have a problem with my father. We have, not a problem to the fighting, but we have some disagreement. You understand? I will tell my father, this is not the way, this is the way. He say, okay, let us do it that way. I keep on telling them, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu senior me, highest will be 5 years. I'm telling them, but some of them don't understand. Because we are calling our leader, yes, in every organization there must be a leader. Somebody must front. Everybody cannot be front at the same time. So our people should understand, because you are the front person, does not mean that everything has to be on you. You have to command, you have to do this, you have to do that. You just imagine that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu traveled to Kenya without telling anybody. And we were defending it. Of course, we know that there is something on the ground working with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon. We were defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We were defending him. Though we know what is happening, we know. Person like me, I know everything. But I was defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu thought that the way we were defending him knowing full well what is happening on the ground, that now that this million or so that he brought out, that we are going to accept them to destroy people. Like a person like Mazi because the man is not speaking. Do you know there is a time that I was pleading to Mazi if he can? People thought that I was joking by then. I told Mazi if you can give me this leadership only 1 week, I will see all of them. If that is not the way I will sack people, they will not believe it. And I will make it open. And I will come out and challenge everybody open. But they thought that I'm joking. And I know that they will not do it. I know. But I was just telling them that this ceasefire, there is nothing like ceasefire. Because if these people are in winning side, this ceasefire will never stop. Let me give you an instant. Let me give you an instant. Remember that Kanu sued Ipob to court, right? When they sent that petition to German court here, the leadership, they reached Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not say anything. He kept quiet. He was pretending that he haven't thought about it. But when the case is turning around, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have to give directive that they should stop it. When the Kanu sent me to court, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu received the intel. He did not say anything till I went to court and I warned them. Let me just say it, because I wanted also to proceed, but in Germany it's not in Germany it's not the same thing like America, that when somebody sue you, you can also now demanding for damage. I went to court here. They told me such a thing is not happening here in Germany. You understand? Because I have not been in court before in Germany. All my life I have not been in court before. So I wanted to proceed, but they told me the system here is different. That is why they escaped. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew quite right that they sue me to court. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew quite right they called police for me. He did not say anything. Now these people are not, they are just making noise on social media, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have understand it. Only what these people are doing on social media, coming out threatening people. Chinas, I want to this. Is it how to explain things to our people? Is it how we are going to educate your audience? What we are doing here is for people to understand what we are doing. Biafra is for all of us. Biafra is not a family business. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should understand that now, because it's not going to be like the same before. This fire is not going to cease. It must continue. It must continue till agreement are being reached. There must be agreement. There must be agreement. With that, and that agreement is, where is the money of IPOB? Because it's not only, of course now, there must be a money of IPOB. And just, there's a post that you made, and I also took it from you. Okay? That is where Paris Joffo was communicating with our people in prison. You understand? Most of our people have been abandoned in prison. All the money they are contributing now is all about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself is not remembering those that have died, that secured, making to their life today. They are not talking about them anymore. They are not talking about our people in dungeon again. They are not talking about our people in prison again. And all this thing is something that we were trying to make this thing to be only in a house. But because of that thing in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that supreme, and I have said it here before, we are calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu supreme leader, is to pepper Nigerian people. In Igbo land, there is nothing like supreme. There is none. I keep on saying this. There is none like supreme. We are Republican by nation. That is why they are telling you in Igbo that there is no person that will lead. When you lead and begin to misbehave, it does not matter your position. That is why we are Igbo. I don't know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu thought that. this IPOB with Kanu's family is that we are going to be doomed forever. We are the objects. We are the objects. Yes, because Mazi Nnamdi cannot thought that we are going to descend on the person. But I have forgotten that what is constant in life is change. As time goes on, you begin to rethink, begin to, sense of what have happened in the past. But what I'm just trying to tell Biafrans, if you people are there, if you want to cease fire, left for you, Mazi Okechu is not seizing any fire. Till agreement is being reached, our money should be, they should tell us where is our money, and they should start taking care of our people in prison. They should start.
Very, very important. Very, very important.
Very, very important. That is one of the agreements.
And they take it. Ebe ha bukolo the money. I see the ebe je wetebe ego. Nde ebu one di struggle. If you read mo, ona wune we ga. Odika ya si na ekwuko okwu ego. Nde azuru anya ezigbote oshi na di struggle.
I don't have sometimes in Sumana Neshe, Wamuabu Mazi Okechu. Now say, how did I find myself in this situation? So low. Being used.
No, I do think like that. At times I will say agama ngeji colon name like this. Agama agokwa ya nekwena ngobe ego nwanne wetekwa na IPOB ke we nyere kwa ụmụaka mmadụ juru na prison aka. Na ma agbakwa ha no na akpa ndị be Kanu ka nna atụnye the money. Kanu ihe juru na bank statement. What is going on? Ihe of family business ka anyị nọ na ya here.
Our people should understand. I hope our audience are listening. Since we are discussing with Ada here, you haven't heard from me. No, we want to explain to our people what is happening. We want to nail down and explain every single thing that happened in the past. We are not coming here to attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or lay allegation on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But we are telling you people how we are being used for all these years. Just imagine, they will come and tell you that DOS, led by Mazi Shike Doziem, have not done anything. They have not achieved anything. But some of our people don't even know that after the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, within 1 month or 2 weeks, the money was seized. They took every of the money in account. They closed, they removed people's name. And now tell me, how will DOS work? How? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I could not even believe this. I remember when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started 2012 or 11, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was very, very humble person. But I know on the Igbo, and not only Igbo people, all they go batabara, power. And do you know that I begin to also reason back when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came up on social media, told us that by Atiku Abubakar, that the agreement was signed and sealed and delivered. All of us we say, okay, oh yes, let us move. We couldn't even ask question. What is signed and sealed and delivered? Tell us, we want to know. We are not zombies. Let us also get the hint. But I know by then, what is happening is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know quite well that we come on this struggle with our genuine heart. Because there are some things that they will begin to tell you. You will not accept it. Ada, I keep on saying this to every one of them. I am one of the media that was approached by different of our politicians to pay me off. You know, when I'm still Ada, sometimes, do you know that when I look what happened, if you see what I demanded from that person, you look at me and say that, this is not the reason why I called you here. I called you to come and work, bring your boys, bring your men, anybody. And the person that brought this thing to me to give me this, before I spoke to the person, he told me that even though I can go and organize people, call them my men, let us sit on a round table and just collect something. I told the person, but that is not the reason why I'm here. This is not the reason why I'm here. And when I spoke with that person, I told him, listen, if you don't trust me, I will give you a number, one of the leader, so that we can have a round table. This is my demand. I don't need any money. We must get Biafra. And I told the person that if you can be able to do this for us, I, Mazi, will worship you as God. But the person was, his mind was something different. He don't even care about Biafra. He just care about how to be able to work with me or go against. To the extent, do you know Nnamdi, the new Nigeria? After that, the secretary of Nnamdi also called me to come and work with them. So sometimes, even though by then, if you hear what they were telling me, some of them will be telling me, okay, now you are zombie. You don't even understand what is going on. I say, okay, if I know for I know what you want to be from one of them. It's not okay, what can I say? My say. Bami Hana, Asana, more put here and I want to zombie no Amari Hono, let you know what ball here. I say. I don't know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not understand that everything that happened in the past. We have some people that have that privilege to know what has happened. And the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I don't know why he don't want to change from that attitude that he had before that. I must give order. And everything that I said goes. I am here to forgive people and also pardon from people. No, it's not going to work here anymore. So Ada, I will leave you here. Maybe we'll have some calls, but I want to the leaders, DOS led by Mazi, before you call media meeting, make sure this is not the one that Mazi will come, because you want everything to be calm. Mazi have done this many times.
Yes, and yet they keep on even accusing him. They didn't even know he's the one always looking for peace.
He did not start today. I remember.
I know.
Please, everybody should stop. Everybody should cease. Everybody should end. We will still end. And they will still keep on attacking them. So what I'm saying is this. People will do that now. I don't respect people, respect their position. So, I don't know the leaders. Before you call anybody, because maybe you two uncle no one get up on. Because where is the agreement? What did you reach? Have they accepted to bring IPOB money? Have they accepted to begin to see our brothers and sisters who they have abandoned in prison? What of those people that they are fatherless today? Are you people have agreement on that? What of the people that have lost all their kids? Did you people have agreement on that? Without that, there's nothing like Ceasefire, because
hey, Mbano. Hey, no how on a win or when you had a ceasefire. These guys came to destroy. It's just they couldn't achieve it. That's why fire has ceased. Nonsense.
Nothing like Ceasefire. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should understand that we are here to restore Biafra. We are not looking anybody's face. We will tell you how it is. I listened to Omote, and everything that Omote said today on our broadcast is nothing but the truth. We know a lot of things, but we were trying to make these things to be only inner. Why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was there exercising that power? But everything that I said was good. And we have forgotten that now. And don't get if one won't put up, now your people, Mazi Nnamdi can do something. You got to people's platform now, your people. To the extent they turn around, begin to say, hey, I have looked into media. I know the people that are supporting that DOS. I knew what these people have done in the past. I know their write-up, their writers. Do you think that almost all the whole writers are with DOS?
Oh, that's what it is, yeah.
Yes.
No. But okay now, Mazi okay now. The real IPOB media are staying on the truth, which are on the side of the DOS. Ihe niile ndị a no watch kwa ndị achịkọta ekwu ọnụ. And what is hatching? Nothing. Yes.
But due to those people now got a DCT and a DCT. Even a kid as a Mazi Nnamdi Kanu people see because according to Aloy Jimako, we understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is watching people because he told us that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not happy in what he's seeing on media. That means that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is seeing what we're doing. So now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have understood that no, these people that now, Nandi Abukwa Kata Ekono, the Indian Wabe Kono. You understand? And that is why the real media of IPOB are with DOS. They are not with DOS because they are siding Mazi Shike. No, these people just understand how systems supposed to be. Let me tell you people something. Let me just say, if I see that the DOS are not doing anything and they have all this money, I will come after them. Even though during that time they could sit at home, I made a broadcast before Mazi. I think Mazi Shinasamura, I don't know who came and said that they don't have an idea. I mentioned Mazi Shike that if it's like Mazi Shike supported that sit at home in Onitsha market, I will tell him that no only you go to her. No only you go to her. We cannot. And they have forgotten that we are the power. We have the power, the media. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should understand and go and make dialogue. What is that dialogue? Reach agreement. They should reach agreement. But if they are telling us to cease fire, Mazi Okechukwu the general is not yet to cease any fire. And believe you me, I will keep on putting gasoline or petrol inside the fire. The fire will keep on burning. We have come on this Biafran restoration project, and the Biafra we must restore. And the Biafra is not a family business. That is why when I went to our brother, our comrade, Iken Patrick, I understand the angle is coming from. But he wants to tell me that money is not the issue. I'm trying to tell him money is the issue. Because in this movement, without finance, we are going nowhere. All of us in this struggle, our father, none of our father is billionaire or trillionaire like our internal leader, Dimodwe Goduku. So it's what we contributed in this struggle. It's what is pushing us. When you see the money now and telling us that the money is not the issue, so that means that Mazi Shike may decide tomorrow and walk away with our money. We begin to no, but when we tackle the issue now, in time to come, they will know that whenever you tamper these people will come. And that's why we're here. The justice we are doing today is for in future to come, nobody will ever try such a thing again. And believe you me, it will never work again.
Exactly.
That's why I today join IPOB. You see, almost 10 people that are seeing the IPOB finance is the way it will be. Nayana can never be into our organization again. And we are still telling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you want, you can also go and join AVID. And I've been saying this. It's not a problem. Go and join AVID. But if anybody will come and be telling you that we are going to leave IPOB, who does that? For over 15 years, I've been in IPOB contributing. You are telling me I'm going to leave IPOB. Who does that? Some people don't even know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being powerful today. I am one of the people that promoted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the highest. That is why whenever he comes, he will tell you, Mazi Okechukwu, Onyoma. This man will put us on Goli and They analyze. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dey a theory. Okay, like Okone could do the theory. Now will be able to practicalize on social media. I remember when Otuosi abandoned matter how to stop the armies to come into Biafra land. More they are display on social media. People begin to call me. Their money not here. Money Obonian do in a display on you. Because I believe that this is only way out. That Biafra is the last hope of us. That's why I was doing what I was doing. I don't even know that by then I'm still putting myself in problem. But Shuko Kikabiama may have it. He knows that we came on this struggle with a new heart. And that is why Shuko Kikabiama keep on saving us. You understand what I'm saying? So, the leaders, led by Mazi Shike, does him the head. That's why I'm calling you. I don't call other people. You are the leader now. Before the ceasefire, there must be agreement. Without no agreement, we must continue. And we are continuing on this thing, not to abuse anybody, but to explain and educate our people on this Biafran restoration project. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Biafran child, for your great contributions. The thing is, I don't even understand. You know, they are the one that gave that name Ceasefire, because they knew that what they brought in is fire. For us, the IPOB media, what we are saying is for the right thing to be done. We want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to respect the central command he put in place. In my last broadcast, I emphasized and I echoed long on this central command, because he is kicking it, and that is what our anger is, because he wants to jeopardize it. This is where we have been standing, and this is exactly what most of the IPOB media is talking about. We are not engaging with Nnamdi saga. Have we responded? Do we engage? It's only when I will come here and start to play their video and begin to analyze them one after the other. This is not what we are into. What we are doing is that we are fighting and protecting the struggle, the structure of the struggle. This is all that we are doing. We are not engaging in any fire attack. And when they say ceasefire, the people that word is meant for is for them that are bringing fire on themselves, not on us. For us, what we are doing is that we are protecting the struggle. We are protecting IPOB structure. Protecting it from every Dick and Harry, no matter whom you are, no matter your position, because this is the kind of Biafra we want to restore. Not a Biafra where any figure will make him or herself chi. No, if you are chi, you become and remain chi in your family. But when it comes to a national thing, every head is equal. Or in Jama a sane society. Okay, let me pick this call. Because make it brief, Dave.
Hello?
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you, Norma.
Adema, welcome, sir.
Yes. I'm Bochimo Bim, it's in America now. Yes. My dear sister, if you remember last week I said something to you. And you by name they got a critical and very analytical. Otherwise, you could just say you make it with a mistake. This has been the trajectory. Ojukwu did not betray, but people within him made him to surrender, even including a whole lot of even Mande father. I mean, they didn't accuse. As we come the matter, ya surrender. Nnamdi Kanu, the something. You know. So, even the ceasefire should not come into play at all. I say ceasefire now. Ceasefire. Ceasefire, even the thing I need make when he came, somebody when he keep their poor runner, or they can one name will cook. I be the agreement. No. Anyway, for me personally, nature will take his course. And the send there, I wouldn't know you couldn't go up on that. Even all the money who see ceasefire, a black Anya Tiger would work on Saha very well. Yes.
Yeah. Because 1 second, onye na-akpọkwa ceasefire bịakwara na press release ha release yesterday and accusing the DOS as people working with politicians. Ọkwa onye na-akpọ ceasefire. Ndị mmadụ serve.
I forgive because the thing they hit differently. I don't know who ceasefire. Then in a ceasefire, a pussy 100 men is in them. In a ceasefire, have you taken the lawyers away out from the space? Come on, what are we talking about? Look at all of them. Ndochi lawyer, a lawyer to Marco, Maxwell, Nnamdi Etiofo. These are criminals lawyers. Nobody's talking about him. Nobody's talking about his legal team. Nobody's talking about releasing him. They're not concentrate on how to have 100 men that will restore Biafra. What has that to do with bringing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That means this criminal, we have forgotten him. That is what it implies. So even last week, back to back. They don't listen. Like what are lawyer handling here now? That's the only way. I want to suggest this, my sister. Tomorrow, I will suggest this strongly to the DOH. Let the office of leader be dissolved. Let everybody go to DOS and have the head of DOS. Very simple. Just as they erase the office of deputy, let the office of leader be erased.
Because that office was abused.
Yes.
The office of IPOB leader was abused. That office usurp power single-handedly, making wrong decisions.
Exactly. The power bestowed on DOX was infringed because all this power is the power of DOS, not the leader. I'm telling you. So the office of, for me personally, I'm gonna take it, if they tell him, let them dissolve the office of the leader, and then just like my teacher told them is heading the DOX, anybody that has the DOX, can control everything. And not that the person can control, the person is controlling based on the agreement within DOX.
Within the group. Yeah.
Within the group. Secondly, nobody should be going on Radio Biafra again to talk. We have broadcasters. If they want to pass any message, they from the DOS, they have to agree and pass a message, and then the broadcasters, they will announce it. So nobody should be going to Biafran radio and begin to talk except mandated by the DOS. And the only person I will say that will be coming with the agreement of DOS is somebody who is in charge of security. Right? Very simple. Just like what Mazi Chike has established now, untold. But that guy is establishing something very good. He doesn't come all the time and begin to sing and sing. He comes once in a while, probably quarterly. and then they begin to do their own things. So for me, why he's coming out by the grace of God, the office of leadership should be destroyed, just like the deputy director office is destroyed completely. And then the power should go to DOS completely. And the head of the DOS should not even be speaking on his own term. It's an agreement within what they agreed before he speaks out. So this is how I would think that the reformation should come. Ceasefire, nobody should, that shouldn't even come into picture at all. It shouldn't come into picture. When like saying ceasefire, it's like people are saying something wrong. Or people are saying,
exactly.
Or people are saying something
you
that
are
they
right.
should not say.
Because can pick, is there another call? Oh, thank you for your Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the program.
Yes. Hello.
Hello, yeah, welcome. We can hear you. Go on, please. Welcome to the program.
Okay. I want to make my voice heard this evening. I have a question. Okay. Do you think this ceasefire, is it a sincere one?
It's not.
Any sincerity?
There is nothing like any sincerity there. I have read what the person calling for ceasefire, what he wrote on their so-called press release just yesterday. He was still accusing people of working with politicians, accusing people of being infiltrators, accusing people of destroying IPOB from inside. And he's telling you, I'm forgiving you. It's not like, please, let's make peace. He's telling you, I am forgiving you. That means he's telling you that you are the one at fault. Nah, human being, they were somehow no one. Nah, and the money safe.
Meanwhile, the press secretary has been hijacked. The press secretary has been hijacked by him himself. I'm talking through press secretary. But no ceasefire, no remorse, nothing again. Just ceasefire. Okay, what happened is what I saw in that case is the issue, the fire he set out is not favoring him. So he want to quench the fire. You understand? He knows that the fire is about to consume him, and he want to quench the fire. But you can't quench the fire you started. Now we need a fire service.
All the go late. I gotta get more from the fire service.
We need fire extinguisher. All these things to come before the fire can be.
It's so good.
That's why I always say, if you live in a glass house,
don't throw stones. But Oga tawagi isi.
That is all it is. You understand? But the problem is, if they are giving you guys this thing to stop, we are not in the media warrior. We are outside, and we are also media warrior. They can't.
No, media warrior kalak. Each other here, this support and you can't get it anywhere. Yeah, the supporters, the commenters.
Who is going to stop us? You know who's talking. You don't know who. How do you call me? How do you support? We are firing. We are firing. You understand? We are firing. The fire, the stroke, we consume until they do the right thing. There's the right thing, and they know the right thing to do.
Exactly.
Look. Honestly speaking, this is just want to cool down and say, because this strategy is not working. They want to employ
re-strategize.
You understand? And continue going where they are going, because this thing has started a long time ago from Simon Eba, and hide behind the Simon Eba and doing everything. When that one is not working, they put another advice.
Oh wow.
Destroy DOS. It's not working now, so they move another strategy. I don't think we are stopping. No, I don't think we are stopping until the right time. If you look at what is happening, as the last speaker said, the group they form, 100 men is still there. Vanguard, Biafra Vanguard.
I know. Oh, somebody said that now he's coming. Now you get with the fire extinguisher. Okay, you ban your Mazi Fanny, chief.
If they want, if they need a if they are remorse and want to stop.
Nothing like remorse here. On our wagon on you and I forgive you.
They dismantle it. Then we know that they are sincere. Then we know how to put them. But they are if you don't dismantle it and you keep it.
Well, let me pick this call. Or your voice is breaking. Yeah, thank you. Your voice is breaking. Hello. Hello, good evening, Dave, and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good afternoon from here. Thank you very much for your good work. You see, those words are the ways of deceit and lie. Yes, we know. We are not doing that. We are monitoring them. What is happening there? I have observed everything. The problem that IPOB is facing now is the Ipob Biafrans, which is the people that pay their dues, and the people that is under Nnamdi Kanu's payroll. This is the fight. Let's be sincere. I have observed it. I'm just monitoring everything. So these payrolls, this Nnamdi Kanu business, family business payrolls, they are the one that he bring all of them to come attack the main icon. But now you see the thing is not going. The thing is not going. Nothing is going. So what I want at the party, everything is the hand of DOS. DOS have to be made enough. This is the time to stand for the freedom, stand for the integrity of Biafrans. What we are fighting is a nation. We are not fighting for to bring one kingdom, one family to rule us. If they accept it, they will cause a lot of calamity in Biafra land. When Biafra will come. This is the thing. When the South Sudan was fighting their freedom, they don't give anybody a chance. That's why they create a lot of problems. A lot of the generals, they have a small country have more than 5,000 generals because of this kind of problem along the way. So one person was commanding, doing this thing. When this thing comes now, the man they want to put him as a police something. Now, they create many generals. So now, DOS now have to stand for their feet, to stand as men. We are with them. We are the actors, Biafrans. We are the ones that pay dues. We are behind them. These ones, these chaff, we call them Atikate Bono, if it's their in-law. So these people are people that benefit from our own efforts. So we are not giving them chance. Those ones, everybody, if you listen to them, you will know this is blackmailers, jobless people. Parenting is not working. It's just a life. We have never worked. This is a lazy guy. When you look at him, you know he's very lazy. He's a blackmailer. Whenever that he see money, where he face. Benjamin, the same thing. These people are blackmailers. They are fraudsters. The lawyers that within Nnamdi Kanu, those ones are criminals. So there is no good people around him. So those people don't have anything to offer. Let's forget about Nnamdi Kanu. Let US further on go to the diplomatic mission, start fighting what they are fighting. So we are behind them. Nnamdi Kanu, when he come out, he will come and give us our money. Tell us how you manage our money. That's the only thing. That money, nobody will give the money. Even as you telling us that money belongs to him, it's his own personal money. He will tell us that company, that place that money come from. If that money comes from him, so he will put the money for our organization. Is it money laundering is doing? So later we will discuss about it. So that case, nobody will withdraw it within the 9 years. We must go to court and find everything out. So this is how this will be. Thank you very much for your good work. So nobody is giving up. So don't mind them, they are deceived. You see what he's telling? This is damage control. He still want to tell you that you are the one that all the fault you want to blame me on you. Went on to him to write a letter of apology. I write the letter of apology to the whole Biafrans and the Ipob. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Keep on your good work.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let me read what their spokesperson, the one I can quote to Anna Kwalia, Elochukwu Ahage. Let me read what he wrote. He said today, some hours ago, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu calling for a ceasefire from Sokoto prison shows that he is indeed a leader. Even when the attacks were against him and others, we are simply coming to defend him. He still called for it to stop. This is an extraordinary character from, this Elochukwu, a lot of people has known this guy. He, most of the time, claims to be honest. But the guy is a deceiver. He's a manipulator. He's a liar. This guy has been in the media in the last for how many years? 4 years. Kanu has been accusing, abusing, maligning the DOS members, calling them all manners of names. The one that is as the Lie TV, that one has attacked the DOS members for more than 2 years. Elochukwu cannot claim he wasn't seeing all these people. He was seeing them. He was watching them. But now the criminal has turned it around to say that no, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one that is being attacked. Who is attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to order, is he an attack? Telling him that he is creating faction group in Ipob, setting up 100 men by the side, setting up financial department by the side, all of it independent of the central command he told us about. The central command that he calls one leadership. The central command he calls one coordination. It's a simple kick on the structure he put in place. This is what we are calling his attention to. It's not an attack. But Elochukwu is telling you Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one that is being attacked. Who is attacking him? Who is attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? There's another thing he wrote. Sorry, the caller, I will call you back. Okay, let me pick your call then. Hello, welcome to the program.
Yes, Sister Oge, I just wanted to say something right quick.
Yeah.
Because this is what I wanted to say. Since he gave this guy some article, because it's not what you call it. It's not a press release because it's not it's an article. Since he wrote that thing, we know where it's coming from. Can you figure out where? Not going to keep it the process of healing first. You don't give me, let that person go back to him. Go dig in it, go young days, lay that an address to the DOS. See that now because this address to the DOS, you want to Biafrans, because only him in the room, they're going to calm more down for now. Whenever I come out, only in or don't I join, I'm going to say, see my man, I am my man. Okay, they go to that one. That's not counting the DOS in the first place and Ipob. You understand what I'm saying? Than this nonsense finally that they're still making it look like that people are the one who is guilty. So I have to see in a way to to show remorse, they've got in my hand in will medicine after death. Because what they're trying to do he cannot beat them and join them. Only liar that now he cannot destroy Ipob, that he knows that on the that possibly destroy Ipob. So I watch this thing is possible. So I think I have to find a way to to make amends. And then so yeah, I'm sure some of his entourage, all those losers, some of the this teaching, some of the IQ broadcasters are lecturing us or whatever. So I got you back to him. Yes, they have to tender an apology to IQ leadership. And we'll start from there. Then they go out. I think they go out. It's not that money I got for you. I got a lot for you. He will come and tell us who to go and see me, and he will that money will be paid back or whatever. Or you just check and continue. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. This character is a character of an arrogant person. Is a character of an intimidator. Somebody that intimidates people. You are the one that's offended. But you have turned around to tell people, okay, I'm forgiving you. You can only forgive someone that offended you. So, it is opposite. Opposite is the case. You are the one that should have tender apology to IPOB movement. Because we have been in solidarity to you. In fact, since 2021, we are no longer championing Biafra restoration. It's been released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Most of the protest has been released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Most of the write-up has been released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So, I don't know what the movement did against you that you are telling us you have forgiven. You have forgiven. You can't forgive people that have not offended you. It's you that offended us. Upon all the support, we supported you. Every time, maybe on a court, it's Avid, Rising Sun, Avid, Rising Sun. Go to Avid and give them money. Go and support Avid. Nothing like IPOB in your mouth. Even if you don't want to mention IPOB, that is how a Joffo used to address us that time. Ezibu Muchineke. It be now one again, and you think you will that Nanya marry him. That is why we have withdrawn. In talking anything about you, it's not ordinary. That's the way you treat people. You get the same treatment you met on others. Oh, Annie King, oh, Annie King, call me on another the number I pasted here. Okay, let me see. I don't have your number on this one. Annie King, can you call me on the number I pasted on the caption? On the caption of this broadcast, please call me on that number I put there. Because the number you called is the number I'm using for this broadcast. Because I don't have your number here on this very phone. So that's what we are saying. Okay, I wanted to read. Let me see if this number will go. Okay. Hello. Hang on a minute. Okay, yes, we can hear you better now. Yeah, and there we welcome to the program.
Thank you. So what is the topic? Because I just woke up, I saw you online, and you was reading. So I just want to capture the report topic before I begin to.
Anyway, what we are saying, We saw the people that have been attacking the movement, the people attacking the DOS since 4 years, since 2 years, saying something like ceasefire. That the person that sent them on the mission they have been embarking has called ceasefire. So we are telling them that we don't understand what they are talking about. So that is the topic we are discussing about. Yeah.
Of course, we are. They are not talking to us. We have channel of communication. Those people are not for us. They are not with us. We don't know them. The so-called Presido in Mapuafo, we all know there are two people that are behind that handwriting. One person, the major handwriter, is Mazi Kanu. His junior brother, Nnamdi Kanu. There are the people who are writing that. And of course, someone who is inside prison cannot be speaking for an organization like Ipob. The leadership have made it very clear. In as much as Mazi Kanu is the figure head of this movement, unfortunately, he is already in the hand of the enemy. And we cannot be allowed, a movement like this cannot be allowed to be controlled by someone who is in the hand of the enemy. Because if that happens, it means we will be dancing to the tune of our enemy. You understand? So, in respect of how much respect we have from Mazi Kanu, we cannot be controlled by him right now that he is in the hand of the enemy. You understand? He must know this and know peace. We have respect for him, but we cannot be going to blind loyalty that will destroy the collective mission of our people. You understand? We come together because of Biafra. We didn't come together because of Mazi Kanu. You understand? So when you go to that so-called press release, it's very, very provocative.
Very, 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 very.
You will know that it is the DSS that is writing. When I say this DSS is writing, I didn't mean DSS wrote it, but the mind of DSS. You understand? Now, why would Mazi Kanu say, if we don't obey him inside prison, we should go and form your own? Nnamdi Kanu insinuating that Ipob is his own. What makes Ipob his own? Some of us knows that Ipob is an just like as the name implies, it is an indigenous people. We are people. You understand? It's an indigenous people of Biafra who come together for a collective cause. You understand? Yes, someone might have to be a leader. You understand? And when you are made a leader, you are supposed to lead. And some people are supposed to follow you. And when you don't lead well, what people will do is just to stop following you. You understand? You automatically lead yourself. You understand? And that is exactly what is going to happen. When he is being found wanting, people will gradually stop following him. But the movement continues. You understand? So, in respect of what happened, we have found out that Mazi Kanu, through his people that surrounded him, as aid, he has gone against the principle that unite us together. If we might don't do this either knowingly or unknowingly, but the fact remains that he has gone against the principle that unite us together. And one thing he owes us is repentance, apology, and the total alignment to the principle. Maybe we can now think of forgiving him. If not, you should take the honorable path And that vulnerable part is retire from activism or resign. If not, he will be disgraced out. Because when he continues to press for that blind loyalty, the more he press for that, the more he makes his end very disastrous, because people are not going to be cowed into destruction through his quest for supremacy. Well, this is a total quest for supremacy, and we cannot go into collective movement like IPOB. Cannot go into that. You cannot be blind to allow ourselves to be. That is a self-destruction. It is a self-destruction. You understand?
Yeah.
So it is. Our people should know that IPOB as an organization, as a movement, have evolved into institution. That means leader is just a symbolic. You understand? The principle of the movement, of the institution, is what lasts forever. But a leader does not last. It can be a symbolic, just to stay there. You understand? The principle is what guides us, not leader that guides us. You understand? And if any leader is not living up to expectation, then he will either be disgraced out, or he will honorably resign if he have honor. I mean, understand it. So that is what we have to continue to educate our people. If he's so power hungry, he want to be known. Of course, there are a lot of gullible people. He can form his own, which I believe he is already forming his own. He has created Condren Men, created Biafra, the Jerusalem of Radio Biafra. And there are many other groups that are aligning with his objective of supremacy. They can go ahead, but IPOB, that people have died, sacrificed, we have lost men and women, we have, a lot of us are in exile, you understand? And this because of a collective cause. We have invested our finance, and Mazi and Kanu is telling us to go and form our own. It doesn't work. It's just dreaming. Or whoever that is behind that write-up, is that provocative write-up, is just dreaming, if he is not debating. So to me, I would advise our people to disregard that write-up. After all, the leadership has made it very clear that this individual does not more speak for our people. You understand? So anything you see that place, see it as one of DSS write-up. You understand? But I'm just not like, I don't like being economical to the truth when I know the truth, because I am an insider, and I know when I know where that write-up is coming from. I don't need to be hiding to people. The write-up is coming from Sokoto prison. You understand? But it's not for but it is with a motive. You understand?
Yes, you are very right, because the handles we know he operates, the Facebook handles we know he operates, that is the same kind of accusations he's been peddling there as well. Always bringing in the DOS as government agents, as people working with politicians. So this has been his allegations all along, and it's not only him. It's been the allegations of Kanu as well. It has been the allegations of some of these media worms that couldn't achieve anything because how Ulianana they disappointed him. War. They couldn't even shoot down an ant. And that is why the ceasefire is being called, because they couldn't achieve anything.
No. Ceasefire is just a pitching. It's not seizing any fire. That is seizing any fire. Well, this article you are reading from this ostrich neck. It doesn't look like a ceasefire. It's not a ceasefire. They are not talking about ceasefire. What you should understand is this. You know, if it is, because many people will say, okay, this guy will not go to school, now I'm the right all this nonsense. We started this media as far back as 2014. If it is universities take only 4 years. So we are upgrading ourselves to make sure we meet the standard. You understand? When you talk about, I think I'm still coming out, right?
Yes.
So in this particular media work, if I'm in the school, at least I should have earned my master's in this particular field. So you don't expect my work in 2014, 2015 to be as same like my work this year, 2026. We have reporters corresponded all over and we got right information. Mazi Kanu was in the meeting with his so-called Autopilot 100 men. He confessed that actually is the one who brought Simon Ekba. You understand? But but somebody gave him Simon Ekba, and the person who gave him Simon Ekba is Dave Umar. That Dave Umar gave him Simon Ekba and asked him to put him in the US because he wants an Ebony person to be in the US. He wants an inclusiveness before he can support the Biafra. You understand? This is what Mazi Kanu use his mouth to serve his own, all those their manion, funded manion group that he is addressing. You understand? In a meeting. You understand? So now think about it. The only politician in Nigeria, not every politician in Nigeria, Mazi Kanu has not dealt with, have a deal with, in terms of monetary, who would try to seek monetary support, was late Buhari. Every other politician, Mazi Kanu has that 1 or 2 deal with the person and soliciting for money, monetary support. Then the question is, where is all this money? Yes, so we can. Dave Umar, who opposed Odema, and all the former governors, they have had one deal or the other. To the extent, at a point in time, he sent his brothers to go and solicit for funds from Gowon. Only Buhari who did not give him face. Buhari was a no-nonsense man. But if we are told Buhari gave him face, he will still collect money from Buhari. Then where is all this money? Mazi Kanu can structure this IPOB and make himself a supreme leader. Not with good intention. We thought he was doing it with a good intention. But not with a good intention, it was with evil motive. In a way that he should not stand for accountability. Because he knows his plot of financial embezzlement. So a lot of things that Mazi Kanu has gone against as far as the principle that unite us together is so numerous, and we cannot come on here and start talking it. We can only tell our people to, if you want Biafra, IPOB leadership, God has chosen them, and they are doing well. You know, everybody who is not blind can see what the leadership is doing, and they are working to institutionalize the movement so that we can be able to be available and updated and also relevant to meet the relevant authorities to discuss Biafra restoration and stop all this gallivanting and self-promotion that Mazi Kanu has brought to us. Without, for how many years, there is nothing, no government official, nothing was going on as far as Biafra restoration is concerned. Only self-promotion. Every time, every year in, year out, we talk about free Mazi, and forget about why we are here. And many have died, and more are in prison. All of us, most of us are in exile. And what is you are telling us after 14 years, without any tangible and something you are doing for people, etc., that we should go and form our own, so that you can continue your business. That does not work.
Yeah, I think I saw a memo now going round, really signed by the HOD Mazi Kadibia. So I'll be rounding up this program. Yeah, there's a memo he released, and I think it's been addressed to Sahara reporters, because we saw what Sahara reporters posted. You know, the garbage in the same press release here we've been talking about, because they hijacked the press.
One thing people don't know, because the problem our people have is emotion. They don't. That's why another person will just come shout to Biafra. They will just go about following, because they have this kind of good level emotional thinking. You understand? So Sarah Reporter is one of the media, Nigerian media that carried anti-Biafra news more than any other media. You understand? We fought Biafra Sarah Reporter like as we fought every other government official. Why? Because these people are sponsored. You understand? You know, they are given a lot of money to carry anti-Biafra news against IPOB. So when suddenly you think that the owner, Momo Ishowere, is now aligning with the Biafra cause or sympathetic to Biafra cause, it's a lie. You understand? He just want to come close to get more information to go about spreading destabilization that he is to continue his anti-Biafra agenda. You understand? Continue that destabilization tactics. You understand? Umoyele knew that there is leadership in IPOB, and he knew that the name in Mapoafri does not much give for IPOB. But each time they rise jargon, he will promote it. Understand? Then what does that tell you? And you say you want Biafra, you want Mazi, they are all working to make sure that this movement collapse. Because it is a condition given to Kanu. You need to collapse IPOB. Then, two, factionalization. Factionalization is when there is a lot of power authorities. Then people will be fed up. You understand? That is when you can now talk about coming to a table to negotiate your release. Remember, the negotiation that is going on is not, Biafra is not on the table. The only thing that is on the table there is release. If Biafra is discussed there, is that how we can denounce Biafra. You understand? And anybody and the most deceitful part is when they come out and tell you that Mazi cannot do anything, he's going to come out unconditionally. That is the most deceitful word people can use. Because aside the Kubo doing his activism, he carried gun. You understand? He did everything he did. He was arrested. He kidnapped both the Chinese and everything. He was arrested doing the justice control, right? But he was not convicted. Yet, his freedom comes to amnesty, which is pardon, racial pardon. You understand? Wazirike was not convicted. His freedom comes to political dialogue and pardon. Then tell me how Mazi Kanu will be free without pardon when he's already convicted. And people are telling you that he is going to come out unconditionally. And the same Mazi Kanu who want to come out unconditionally is attacking his backbone, the Biafra, the leadership, the DOS, which are the people trying to get him released, doing the relevant thing to get him released. Then are you not fooling yourself? If at all he will come out from that gate, he's coming out from that gate to political dialogue and background, which will come with condition. It cannot be unconditional. You understand? And that condition is not in favor of Biafra restoration. You understand? So why the earlier we, the people, understand the situation of Mazi Kanu and focus on what brings us together, which is Biafra restoration, and move ahead to get Biafra, which we believe that Biafra restoration is not tied on a particular person, individual. We have men and women of calibers. You understand? Men and women of calibers, professionals in different fields, wisdom, endowed with wisdom, and connected in both higher places. You understand? So we can get Biafra. Our freedom does not tie with one person. You understand? So when he has delayed, what we do is put him aside and move on. When Biafra comes, everything anybody did will be put in history. Mazi Kanu, his role in Biafra station cannot be wiped out. But the fact is that he has finished the job. The job was to wake the consciousness of Biafrans to understand the freedom. And he has done that very well. That history cannot be wiped out. But if he wants to insist that he wants to destroy all what we have sacrificed for, he is going into, he's on a suicidal mission. He's on a suicidal mission because we, the Biafra people, we are not going to allow that. We are not going to allow that. And I think I will stop here.
Yeah, thank you for your contributions. We've talked enough. It's almost midnight here and I'm going to work in the morning. So thank you each and every one of you for joining me on this live broadcast, and I thank all the contributors. And just as I said before, there is a memo just released by the HOD Mazi. After this program, look into the memo, share it, and get it across. And here I will bring this broadcast to an end. And thank you for joining me once again.